What is up, guys? Pat from Show Me Retro. Welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to touch base a little bit. I did take a little bit of a break after Mo Game Con. There was a lot of stress leading up to that, and I just wanted to enjoy some of this fall weather, get back to work, and kind of, get some things done around here before I started to jump back into making videos. I also want to touch on one thing. I did reach a milestone recently. I hit 1,000 subs, and I'm pretty old school. I don't want to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to make a separate video and do a game room tour and all this other shit. I just wanted to say that I appreciate everyone so much that has stopped by the channel and clicked on a video, hit the thumbs up, left a comment. Whether you've been a subscriber from day one or one day ago, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to me, and I do this for fun. This is just kind of a hobby, and I do things when I can. So I appreciate you sticking with me through the good times, the bad times, and I hope to put out more content as I can.
You love me. You really love me.
All right, so with all that out of the way, let's get to the topic of today's video. Now, I have shied away from the Intellivision Amico this entire time. I have not made a single video. I didn't want to jump in when everybody else was on the bandwagon just trying to get clicks, or whether they were pro, against it. I just thought that it's not something that I am personally interested in. Therefore, I should probably just keep my mouth shut.
You're goddamn right.
But some things that I've noticed lately on Facebook Marketplace kind of made me want to do a video, because I think that it pertains to the Amico situation. So let's get into it. So recently I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I noticed that Nintendo Switches are coming down in price drastically. It's no secret I buy and sell a lot on Facebook Marketplace, and there was a time where I was buying Switches for around $200 to $240 and still making a profit selling at, say, $280 or $300, or even more than $300, depending on what came with the Switch. A lot has changed in 6 months. So right now, you can get a Nintendo Switch brand new in the box in the low 200s and even sub 200. So this Switch right here, this V2 Switch, has never been opened. I recently picked this up. In addition to this, from the same guy, I picked up another Switch. So one brand new, never used without the box, one brand new, never used in the box. And the total for that was $375. So $175 for the loose brand new one and $200 for this one. Now, this was approximately 2 weeks ago. I thought that was a great deal, even though I noticed there was a trend. So the one for $175, I recently sold that. It took about a week, but I sold that for $220. I didn't add anything. There was nothing to do because it was brand new. Not a scratch on it. It never had an account attached to it. It was just putting it on Facebook and then selling it. So I made, $45. This one, I thought, with Switches still being, they're in the store, but with the chip shortage and things, your store may have a bunch or you may have none. But I just thought that this thing could at least get around $260. I am still sitting on this after 2 weeks, and I'm getting a lot of views, but no one has made me even an offer, except for a few people that wanted it for around $200 or $220. And I'm like, look, this is a brand new Switch for literally, at right now, say I dropped to $250. That's like $75 off of retail when you factor in state sales tax. The point of this is that if you can get a brand new Switch for $200 or less, why would you buy an Intellivision Amico?
Good question.
I know that the Intellivision is claiming that they are a different experience, but I don't agree with that at all. I think that there are a lot of pick up and play games on the Nintendo Switch that you can play with your family. Also, the added benefit of the hybrid part of it, which, yes, the Amico can't do that, but this is just a bonus. This can be a console that you play on your TV with your family, or you can undock it and play a party game in front of the TV or on a table, like something like Clubhouse games. There's so many family-friendly games on the Nintendo Switch that you can play that people are more familiar with. And I get where the Amico is going. Say you're a family that doesn't have a Nintendo Switch yet, but you can get one brand new, or even with a few games for under $200. And we're not talking about Switch Lites here, we're talking about the regular V2 Switch. I just don't see a family spending $250 or even $300 plus games and sales tax for an Amico, something that they just don't really know what they're getting, and they don't have any nostalgia tied to it other than maybe their parents when they can get a Nintendo Switch. You know, and I don't have nothing against the Intellivision Amico. I have nothing against Tommy Tallarico. I don't know Tommy. I don't hate the guy. I have no animosity towards anyone who loves the Amico. I just think for me personally, it just doesn't make any sense to buy an Intellivision Amico when you can get something that does basically the same thing but more for actually less money. And again, I don't want the Intellivision Amico to fail. I have no reason to want it to fail. I just think that they missed a window. I think if this thing would have come out maybe 3-4 years ago at a different price point, at a time when the Switch was still kind of new, I think they would have a really good chance of maybe building up a base. But right now, things have changed. I just don't think that they can compete with the juggernaut that is the Nintendo Switch. And I was a latecomer to this thing, and I waited 3 years before I got my first Switch. But I'm so invested in it now, I don't regret buying one at all. I really wish I would have bought one a little bit sooner now that I've had one, but I think it's a great console. Is it perfect? No, it's not. But I just think that it's the smarter choice for a family with younger kids. Now, maybe you're an adult and you and your wife might want to play this. You know, maybe you have some nostalgia for some of the games that are like reimagined classics. The problem is, though, that a lot of these titles are not finished. They're not very polished. The UI is not finished yet on this thing. And I think every date that Tommy misses when this thing is supposed to come out really hurts the credibility of this company. And again, I don't wish them ill will at all. I just think that they missed a window, and I don't really think they have a chance to survive in this market today. So there you go, guys. I didn't want to talk too long about this. I just wanted to bring up a point that Switches right now are very tough to move unless you have a bunch of games. Check your local Facebook Marketplace. They're just giving these things away, especially with the OLED model coming out. So if you don't have a Switch, now is the time to get one, especially before Christmas. You know, there are still some people out there that have held off and not bought one. And right now, prices are about as low as they can possibly go. It's almost like interest rates a few years ago. Just definitely take advantage of that. If, say, your child is coming of age and wants to play a system, I think this is the smart choice. The library of games that's already out for the Switch, and there's so many games on the eShop that aren't crap and that are very inexpensive, that are fun to play. A lot of them are pick up and play type of games, similar to what the Amico is offering. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. So let me know in the comment section whether you agree or whether you think the Intellivision Amico, again, is a different experience than the Switch. I would love to hear your thoughts. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. All right, guys, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching.